So today I'm busting 7 nutrition myths that women in their 40s have been told for years. And honestly, some of this advice is the exact reason why you're stuck. I'm Linda. I'm a dietitian. I work with women in their 40s who are eating well and still not seeing results. And in 10 years of practice, I can tell you most of the advice out there was never built to your body uh, at this stage of life. So let's go. Myth number one: eating fat makes you fat. That's what we were told for many years. It is completely wrong. Dietary fat does not directly become body fat. What drives fat storage is chronically elevated insulin caused by excess sugar and refined carbohydrates, not by olive oil, not by avocado, not by nuts. I eat fat at every single meal and I help women lose weight doing exactly the same because fat keeps you full, stabilizes your blood sugar. Fat is not your enemy. The source matters, the context matters, but fat itself is not the problem. Myth number two: you need to cut carbs to lose weight. Cut the carbs. That's how you lose weight. I hear this constantly, and it's not the full story. Yes, cutting carbs drops weight fast, but that's mostly water. Then the cravings hit, the energy crashes, and 6 weeks later, you're restarting from scratch. I run almost every day, and I could not function without carbs, and neither can your brain. It's not about cutting carbs, it's about the right carbs at the right time and moving most of your carbohydrates to lunchtime when insulin sensitivity is higher is one of the first things I change with my clients. Same food, different timing, completely different results. Myth number three: breakfast is optional. Skip breakfast, save the calories for later. I tried this. As a dietitian, I have done that. It was a disaster. When you skip breakfast, cortisol stays elevated all morning. Blood sugar drops. By 10 a.m., your brain is looking for quick fuel. By 4 p.m., you've eaten everything in your sight. And people call that a willpower problem, but it's not. It's a breakfast problem. And the single highest impact change I make with almost every client is eating protein within 45 minutes of wake, at least 25 grams. Greek yogurt and nuts counts. An egg on toast counts. Something small with real protein is definitely better than nothing. Try it for 1 week. Watch what happens to your afternoons. Myth number four: intermittent fasting works for everyone. Intermittent fasting is the answer. Everyone should do it. I tried it. I felt terrible within days. And I'm a dietitian, and here's what was happening. When you fast, cortisol raises to maintain your blood sugar. And for women already stressed and sleep deprived, which is most women in their 40s, adding a fasting window on top of that, that spikes cortisol even further, which promotes fat storage, which worsens cravings, disrupts hormones, and it's the opposite of what you want. It's signs that it's not working for you. You finish your fast and you immediately overeat. Your energy crashes, it's worse than before, and cravings are more intense, not less. That is not weakness. That is your body telling you something. Fasting is not for you. And that's completely fine. Myth number five: A calorie is a calorie. Yeah, a calorie is a calorie. Just eat less. It's a simple math, except it isn't. 200 calories of white bread and 200 calories of eggs are not the same thing, not even close. The bread spikes your insulin, crashes your blood sugar, and leaves you hungry in an hour. The eggs stabilizes your blood sugar and keep you full for hours. Same number, completely different effect on your body, your hormones, and your hunger. The type of food you eat affects how your body processes it. Calories are not interchangeable units. Stop counting them. Start understanding them. Myth number 6: stress doesn't affect weight. Stress is emotional. It affects your mood, not your weight. This one I know from personal experience. When I moved to Norway with my 2 small kids and no family nearby, a new language, building my practice from scratch, I was eating well. I was gaining weight and my cortisol was through the roof. And cortisol, your primary stress hormone, directly promotes fat storage, especially around your abdomen. It increases appetite, especially for sugar and carbs, and slows fat burning. You cannot out eat chronic stress, but you can eat in a way that reduces the cortisol load, eating enough, not less, consistent meal timing, protein in every meal, stopping eating 2 or 3 hours before bed. That is a cortisol intervention disguised as a meal structure. Myth number 7: more exercise always means more weight loss. Work harder, move more. The more you exercise, the more you lose. Not always. Excessive exercise without adequate fueling raises cortisol, and cortisol promotes fat storage. It breaks down muscle and makes you ravenous. You burn more and eat more, and you're exhausted. For women in their 40s with already elevated stress hormones, adding aggressive exercise on top can make fat loss even harder. More is not always better. The right amount is better. Strength training twice a week plus movement you enjoy is much more effective than daily punishment sessions you resent and you can't sustain. So, 7 myths. Eating fat makes you fat. False. You need to cut carbs. Not that simple. Breakfast is optional. Please don't skip it. Intermittent fasting works for everyone. It doesn't. A calorie is a calorie. It really isn't. Stress doesn't affect weight. It absolutely does. More exercise always helps. Not always. I'm busting nutrition myths every single week on this channel. If any of these landed, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you want to talk through what's actually going on in your specific situation, link is in the description. So see you next week. Bye.